story isn't really too plot-driven. It's really more of a confessional, kind of personal reflection. Okay, so here's what happened. Really, it's supposed to be a little bit more somber, but you can laugh, I don't know, whatever. So what happened was, I was always very, very shy and awkward, both in high school and college. I went to a very elitist college. I wasn't really too crazy about it. I was very, very frustrated because I would be very shy, very awkward. And eventually it got to a point where I just gave up. I was like, fuck it. I went to class, and I went in with the #2 extra value meal from McDonald's, if you're a McDonald's fan. And I went and ate right in the middle of the classroom, all the little armchair desks in front of everybody. I just didn't care. I just didn't give a crap at all. I was like, you know what, like, the heck with it. You think I'm a slob, whatever, I don't care. By the time I finished the university, though, this whole loneliness thing, this whole solitude thing and the loner thing was kind of getting to me a little bit. So I decided to do a whole 180 by the time I went to law school. Law school was mentioned earlier this evening. And I had gone down to D.C. D.C. was mentioned earlier this evening. So give up for D.C. So, going to D.C. to Catholic University for law school. And I said to myself, you know what, I really want to try to make some friends. I want to give, human race another chance, because I'd given up on it before. And you know what, I'm going to make as many friends as I can. I don't care how much dignity I have to lose. So I went to bars, and I crawled all over the floor after having X number of drinks, and X+1, and I built a reputation for myself. My last name, which was called S before, is actually Scuddy. And it's relevant to this because everyone knew me as Scuddy. Okay, just like kids at the schoolyard calling you by your last name. And they're like, Scuddy, he's building this legend, oh my god, look at what he did last weekend. I would take, I would go crazy. I jumped off escalators and broke my ankle. I told a story about that before. I would grab triangular prism pizza signs, like those old Domino's pizza signs, off of the back of pickup trucks and throw them into bushes, all in a drunken stupor. All to try to be accepted, and I was, into this certain group I was in law school. But, in law school, I don't know how many people you have gone, you do two things, at least the school I went to. You drink and you play basketball, not at the same time, mind you. That's what you do. I wasn't really comfortable doing that, though. When we were at the bar, I would kind of stand in the corner and be a wallflower. In basketball, I would pass the ball around. I wouldn't shoot a lie. But I was part of this group, and their opinion of me that I was part of this group, but I didn't really feel it too much. I felt more like they were acquaintances and friends. I'm not trying to knock them either. They were great people. It was just an incompatibility kind of thing. This came to light in the summer between my first and second year of law school. What happened was I had someone come who was an acquaintance to our group, and he was from Indiana University Law School. And he was staying with a certain person from my law school, from my clique. And I talked to him for all about 10 to 15 minutes, and he was quiet and shy and bookish like me. And after just 10 to 15 minutes of talking to me, he said, "You're not like them. I can tell, you're not like them." And again, it's not a bad thing. I'm not trying to knock anybody in the group. It was just different. And it was an unsolicited second opinion of my place in that school or with that group. It was dead on. And it was a lay person to this group who knew me for all 10 to 15 minutes. And I realized that I wasn't really living so much, I was pretending. I wasn't really part of this group. And I had always been very, very bookish, and there were some geeky and kind of dorky kids, or perceived to be that way by other people in the school. And I could have joined those groups, and I never did because I was so afraid, and I was pretending so much. And I would be in the law school all day studying, and I'd come home, my friends, we lived in Northeast D.C., if you guys know, it's a little bit crazy, it's a little bit violent sometimes. And they're like, "Scotty, we crawled out tonight. Scotty, we had a party at a keg stand. Scotty, there was a drive-by shooting, we all dropped to our stomachs. It was amazing, nobody got hurt. We really bonded through it." They were good people. Don't get me wrong, it just wasn't me. To give a little bit of an epilogue part one to this, I started to develop my own identity later on. I met a kid when I was teaching on the side community college. And there's a kid, and today his name is Winston. That wasn't really his name, protect the innocent, whatever. His name is Winston. And he said he liked three things. And he came off as quote-unquote dorky first. But he liked three things. He liked Dungeons and Dragons. He liked being DM too, Dungeon Master. Okay? He liked martial arts, Taekwondo, and I've done Japanese martial art, Aikido, so I can relate to that. And he liked the Harry Dumbledore, J.K. Rowling novels a lot. Okay? And he even ran a camp where people would go and they'd be like little non-muggles or wizards or whatever. It'd be all about the Harryness and Hermione-ness, etc. And at first it was a real jerky, immature voice in my mind. I was like, that's really dorky. But then I said to myself, you know what? Upon further reflection, he's more of a man than I am. You know why? Because he knows what he likes, and he pursues it with a damn passion. and he met his wife through one of those activities, and that's a great thing. And that's what separates the men from the boys, it separates the women from the girls, it's also from the children in this world. As another epilogue real fast, and I'm not saying this to beat my chest, and I'm just saying to make a point about identity. I've only won this contest once before. The theme, incidentally, was Geek Out. So I guess that tells you about what my personal inner essence really is. Thank you.